Shelley Winters, one of Hollywood's most memorable and fearless actresses, lived a life that fascinated audiences both on and off the screen. Known for her powerful performances in films such as A Place in the Sun, The Diary of Anne Frank, and The Poseidon Adventure, Winters built a reputation as a bold, emotional, and deeply committed performer who was never afraid to push boundaries in her craft. Her acting earned her critical acclaim, Academy Awards, and a place among the most respected actresses of her generation. Yet behind the confident persona that audiences saw in interviews and on the silver screen, the life of Shelley Winters was far more complex than most people realized. For decades, she quietly balanced multiple sides of her identity, navigating the pressures of Hollywood fame, personal relationships, and private struggles that created what many later described as a kind of double life. On one hand, Winters was the glamorous and outspoken star who thrived in the spotlight, attending premieres, working with legendary directors, and becoming part of Hollywood's golden era. On the other hand, she was a woman dealing with the emotional toll of a demanding industry that often judged actresses harshly for their appearance, age, and personal choices. During the height of her career, Hollywood placed immense pressure on actresses to fit narrow expectations, and Winters frequently found herself fighting against those limitations. She was known for speaking openly about the struggles women faced in the entertainment world, including the challenges of being taken seriously as an artist rather than simply being viewed as a glamorous figure. This determination to be recognized for her talent rather than her image created tension within the industry, yet it also earned her respect from fellow actors and filmmakers who admired her authenticity. Behind the scenes, Winters also experienced a complicated personal life filled with passionate relationships, friendships with famous figures, and periods of self-reflection that shaped her outlook on life. She married multiple times and was romantically linked to several well-known personalities, which kept her name frequently appearing in Hollywood gossip columns. However, the public stories rarely captured the full reality of her experiences. Friends described Winters as someone who was deeply introspective, often wrestling with questions about identity, purpose, and the price of fame. While she projected confidence and humor publicly, she privately grappled with insecurities and the challenges of maintaining genuine relationships in a world where celebrity could distort nearly every interaction. This contrast between the public image and the private reality is what many refer to when describing the double life Shelley Winters seemed to live for decades. It was not necessarily a life of deception, but rather the reality of a woman balancing personal truth with the expectations placed upon her by the entertainment industry and the public. Winters eventually embraced writing as a way to share her perspective more openly. Her autobiographies revealed stories about Hollywood's golden age, her friendships with iconic actors, and the emotional ups and downs she experienced throughout her career. Through her writing, she gave audiences a glimpse into the real person behind the performances, showing a woman who was passionate, thoughtful, and sometimes vulnerable beneath her bold exterior. Looking back, Shelley Winters' story highlights the complicated nature of fame, especially for women in Hollywood during the mid-20th century. The public saw a confident actress who dominated the screen with powerful performances, but behind that image was a human being navigating love, ambition, insecurity, and the constant pressure to remain relevant in an unforgiving industry. Understanding this duality makes her legacy even more fascinating. Rather than diminishing her achievements, it reveals the strength required to survive and succeed in a world that often demanded perfection while offering little room for vulnerability. Shelley Winters remains remembered not only for her extraordinary acting talent but also for her willingness to live life on her own terms, even when doing so meant confronting the difficult realities that came with fame and personal discovery.